What's up with it once again, ladies and gentlemen, people, humanity, bros, women, fanboys, and fangirls, and as always, otakus and hikikomoris out there, this is Mr. Nintendo Sony Free 2011, aka Manny Wolverine. And of course, you guys are interested in intros and outros towards the channel. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, all that good stuff. That's some very fascinating and interesting, never heard about this sort of news before, coming out of Nintendo, even though granted for the past, I want to say 2015 and 16. I know they had that little bit of a failed, unfortunate game when the Wii U was still relevant before that died off and the Switch took over, which was Miitomo. That and the first Fire Emblem smartphone mobile game that they had before the other one, which was I don't remember the name because I don't follow it that much. I've only played one or two of the Fire Emblem game series way back in the GameCube era, one of the rare ones. Oh man, some of my younger subscribers probably don't even know what it is unless they Google it, which I used to rent it out at Blockbuster back in the day before that whole thing shut down and ran out of business before Netflix took over, and then same with Amazon and Hulu and all these other internet service providers, sort of movie rental places that were movie rental places, but then they became all pretty much purely the internet. You can only watch them only on the internet, and that's it. That or on those subscription services like Netflix, Hulu, and Vessel, and a couple other places like that as well. Even older ancient dinosaur places like how HBO and Showtime used to be, they're starting to come up with the times because they got HBO Go now, and then the other one has they're starting to catch up with the internet revolution sort of times. They got that along with, I don't know if Showtime has anything, but I doubt it. Only two reasons those things are still around besides Game of Thrones making a lot of money for HBO, because I really don't care too much for Game of Thrones. No offense if any of you guys are hardcore Game of Thrones fans, but never got into it. I watched the first 2 episodes, it kind of put me to sleep. Maybe if I would have been into stuff like World of Warcraft or Warhammer 40,000 or big giant MMORPG, sort of stuff like that, sort of genres and categories such as that. Even though granted I wasn't into the movie stuff for Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. I was a huge fan of the movies side of the things. I just never cared about the books as they bore the shit out of me. I'm the type of person that needs to see it visually, not verbally. I had to use my imagination and shit. The only time I'll ever do that is if I read magazines or if I was reading some manga shit or the Japanese anime sort of cultural sort of media's out there. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. I heard some rumors about this last year, but they didn't have no articles for this sort of thing, unfortunately, so I wasn't able to read it or touch base with this sort of subject. But it goes on to say this comes from Yoman from Yoman, hopefully I'm saying that right, Yoman from Nintendo Soup. It goes on to say rumors Nintendo may be thinking of releasing their own mobile phone. This really doesn't come too much of a surprise to me. Granted, they pretty much own, when it comes to them being one of the biggest legendary video gaming industry companies in the entire world, not just in the United States and Japan, just all over the world. They're a very huge household name. Especially in Japan, they were around since 1891, 1892, 1895? Even before the freaking 1900s. That's really ancient. And they're going to be about, 122, 125 something years old in Japan soon? And over here in the United States, we only got them before I was alive. I think it was 1978 or 79. And then they became a home council in 1984, 85. This all happened before I was born. So 1989. Later. But that's not what I'm here to talk about as well. I'm just talking about the mobile phone stuff. I'm going to be talking about this from Blasting News here. It says, professional streamer Ninja, the one that most of you guys probably know from Fortnite, which I really give 2 squirts of piss about that game because it just never really caught my interest. Battle Royale shit didn't really catch my interest. I was only for 2 or 3 months I was interested in player-known battlegrounds, and then I kind of got a little bored of it, so I stopped playing it. But it was a lot more fun. It was a lot more of a serious, hardcore, more of a, for my own personal opinion, my own gameplay experience with the PUBG series, it felt more like a hardcore, serious, grittier version of Fortnite. Just putting it out there, my own personal opinion. So professional streamer Ninja was paid $1 million for promoting the launch of Apex Legends. So yeah, let's get on to this article first. So it says, was this what Furokawa meant by making the mobile the third pillar of Nintendo? We all know that Nintendo's mobile games make a lot of money. We also know that company has talked a lot about raising their mobile efforts. In spite of stiff competition, We know that even Nintendo has a strange fascination with the Switch and mobile integration. However, could all of this be leading up to Nintendo releasing its own mobile phone? It sounds like a pretty far-fetched idea, but according to the industry insiders, Nintendo may be planning just that. The following comes from an article published by DigiTimes about the growing gaming smartphone market. I'm not sure if this is from Furokawa or some other article website that decided to write about this news topic because it's very, very important, not just to the gaming industry, but even just boring ass casual players that really don't care about gaming at all, period. Might try to get them into the physical console or PC side of gaming instead of the smartphone mobile side, because I always saw them as kind of garbage. Except before Pokemon Go, I used to play a lot of Angry Birds. I will admit that. I never used real life money for them, but I just played it for free most of the time. Angry Birds was the only one I played, way before Pokemon Go was around. Anyways, let's begin. So it says, despite the fact that gaming handsets are a niche market segment, other players including Xiaomi, hopefully I'm saying that right, Xiaomi, Vivo, Nintendo, and Nubia are either strengthening the presence in the market of planning to enter it, says sources. There have been speculations about Nintendo planning a launch handset that can integrate with its Switch consoles. The Japan-based vendor has yet to respond to such speculations. Given Nintendo's current state on the mobile, a Nintendo brand smartphone with Switch integration kind of sounds like something they'd actually try. The company has made risky investments in gaming hardware before, though the result has often been hit or miss. One thing for sure, that thing kind of confused me there for a minute, Nintendo is always full of surprises, and the only time will tell if releasing their own smartphones is one of them. What do you think? Should Nintendo seriously be considering releasing their own mobile phones? Let us know in the comments below. So, overall thoughts, views, and opinions. If they want to go for the casual people that really, really don't play video games, they didn't grow up with them like I did, or other people. I'm not the only one that grew up in the 80s or 90s. Granted, I was born in the 80s, but it was 89, so I was mainly raised in the 90s, obviously. And in the early 2000s and so on and so forth. To each his own on that. Overall thoughts, views, and opinions. I'm not sure if they should do this. I mean, granted, if they want to make more extra money, I think for a lot of their Japanese players out there, this will probably be a lot more of a bigger success compared to the rest of the world. Because the rest of the world, they like to stick with Nintendo console systems over a lot of the smartphone games. I think the only two real big ones that they still got for a lot of casual people that play smartphone games, as far as that's owned by the Nintendo brand and the franchise, is the Animal Crossing smartphone mobile game, a lot of the Fire Emblem smartphone mobile games, and the Pokemon Go smartphone mobile games. You know, Pokemon Go will never be as big as it used to be, like when it came out in mid-late 2016, because I had a whole bunch of issues and all that, but it is what it is. I still play it a lot. There's still hundreds of thousands of people around the world that still play Pokemon Go, but not millions like it used to be. And I'm cool with that, too. It is what it is. I'm still going to wait till I'm level 40, and when I get almost every Pokemon out there, I'll probably stop playing it for a while, because I do got 2 accounts on there. I know I'm supposed to only have 1, but luckily Niantic can't track me on that shit, thank God. If they did, I'd be screwed. So I gotta be very, very fucking careful. I'm almost at level 30 on my second account. It's my backup one, just in case anything bad happens to my original one. So it says, professional streamer, I already read this part. This is from earlier. Ninja spends a majority of his time playing Fortnite in the Chicago-based studio and makes over $500,000 a month. But they don't say anything about his sponsorships or any of his, advertisers that he's getting. That's the only reason why he's making a fuckload of money. They're never gonna say that, are they? Come on, Blaster News. You should do better than that, being a better news article journalist of gaming. This comes from Barakia Grover. Suggesting this correction is audio. Hopefully I'm able to still read this. I think I read this in one of my older videos from a couple days ago, but just in case I did, I'm going to read it again. I'm only going to read a little bit of it. For most of the average people in the world, playing a bunch of video games and tweeting about these games would seem probably worthless, right? But that's the scenario if you are... That's not the scenario if you are Tyler Blevins, popularity recognized by a stage name Ninja. One of the biggest... Hopefully I said that right. Oh, here it is. One of the biggest professional online video game streamers in the world. Well, EA, okay, Electronic Arts Promotional Deals. Some time ago, Blevins was approached by the video game makers Electronic Arts to promote the latest creation, Apex Legends, along with Ninja. Various other professional online video game streamers have managed to garner huge social media followings who were approached by EA for the promoting strategy. I already know how cancerous and fucked up a lot of their business marketing strategies are for EA. They fuck up a lot of really, really good, memorable, nostalgic franchises, and they only use it for the fucking profit and the money. I'm still surprised Disney didn't shut them down and move on to another person that can make Star Wars way more better. So it says, however, Blevins, being the most popular video game, managed to generate such a buzz around the game that it reached a whopping 10 million in users in just the first 3 days of its launch. The 27-year-old video game streamer, who is also told apart from his unconventional hair color choices, set out promoting Apex Legends, with a tweet on his Twitter account on February 5th encouraging his followers to to play the games. Soon after that tweet, he streamed himself playing the game on Twitch, where he had later generated a following more than 13 million. And I'm not going to read the rest of this thing. You guys can read it yourself. Overall thoughts, views, and opinions. I've talked about this dude about 3, maybe 4 times on this channel already. I don't have no fascination or interest in this guy whatsoever because he doesn't really speak out to my generation. It's a little bit older. I'm just saying, because I'm in my 30s. He usually goes with his main audience are mainly anywhere from 8 to maybe 13 at the oldest, 18, 19 years old. I'm old as shit. I'm already fucking 30, so he's nowhere near my category of audience. The main people that watch his videos or his live streams. The only people that would watch his live streams around my age is people that do collaborations or connections with him, or people that are the news reporter for even though IGN and Kotaku are kind of garbage ass journalist sites. It is what it is. I'm sorry, because a lot of them, they attacking gamers and YouTubers and shit like that. I'm not a professional YouTuber because I do got my real life job anyway, so I'm good. I would not want this to be my full-time job. And I'm not shitting on this dude's reputation or anything, because I did watch a couple videos of this guy. Hey, he's got a little bit of a fucked up, dark, humorous side. He used to fucking cuss like a sailor and shit. But when he went mainstream, the second he went on Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Ellen DeGeneres, even that other dude, I think Conan O'Brien, the second he started going mainstream is when he had to be a lot more cleaner and family-friendly and squeaky clean for a lot of the sensitive snowflake fucking audience, which they can't handle bullyingness and harassment, fucking screw that fucking garbage. That's silly. I never believed in that, and I never will be. Sorry, this is why I'll never sell out to the public. I'm not saying that he sold out. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. That's between him and his fucking makers and the people that control behind him. It is what it is. You might have a fuckload of millions of dollars. Hey, I wouldn't mind having $1 million, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad that I don't. Even though, granted, I'll be able to buy everything I've ever dreamed of getting, but still, at the same time, I wouldn't want the materialism to control my life for all eternity, because the second I leave this earth, not only will I be on YouTube, won't be on YouTube anymore, There's only 2 destinations, and I know a lot of atheist people that either they do or they don't watch my channel. They're not going to believe this, but there is an afterlife after you're gone. I hate to break it to you guys, there is. There's a heaven and a hell. That's it. Not everyone gets to go to those beautiful pearly gates, all right? Not every single person is going to be nice enough to get through those beautiful golden pearly gates. Some of you are going to be going to the gates of the fire and stuff. I hate to break it to you, but it is true. And atheists are going to be very stubborn when they say, oh, no, it's going to be nothing after this. No, there's going to be definitely something after this life is over. I guarantee you that, even though I can't say that through experience, because I'm not dead yet. But it is what it is. That's all I got to say for now. Sorry I had to go way off topic with that shit, but it is what it is. That's all I got to say. And there's even times where he looked real sad and depressed when he was tweeting and he was going on Instagram and shit when he didn't have the cameras rolling on him when he was on Twitch and decided to go off camera. There was some YouTube videos about that. I'll leave down in the description box down below. He looked really, really sad and very disappointed in life, even though he had all this money and fame and fortune and shit. It's fucking depressing, man. Seriously. That's it. Links to the description box down below. Cartel no side, I'm out of here. Peace out once again. Ladies and gentlemen, bros, women, fanboys, and fangirls, and as always, otakus and hikikomoris out there. I'll see you when I see you guys. Have a good night. Wherever you are at in the universe out there, stay tuned for more future content on this channel, including article/reviews of anime, manga news, internet news, and video game news. Peace out. I'm out like sauerkraut.Lates, and goodbye. I'll see you on the flip side.